For thousands of years, humans have questioned the shape of the world beneath their feet. Today, in an age of rockets, satellites, and live cameras orbiting our planet, millions still insist Earth is flat. Not as a joke, not as a metaphor, but as an absolute reality. The question that emerges is far deeper than science. How can a belief disproven centuries ago still spread faster than scientific truth? And even more unsettling, what does this say about humanity's relationship with evidence, power, and the vast cosmic forces surrounding us? The flat Earth belief is not just a misunderstanding of geometry. It's a window into the way we think, the way we fear, and the way we search for meaning. Understanding why Earth is not flat is simple. Understanding why people cling to the opposite is far more complex and far more revealing about who we are. Today, we break this entire mystery open in a way you've never heard before. Before we begin dissecting one of the most persistent misconceptions in human history, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Deep Space Explained. Your support helps us explore the truth hidden behind the stories we tell ourselves about the universe. Let's begin with the foundation: physics. If Earth were flat, gravity would not behave as we observe it every day. On a spherical planet, gravity pulls objects toward the center of mass, resulting in the sensation of down no matter where you stand. But on a flat disk, gravity would pull inward toward the center of the disk. This means a person standing near the so-called edge would feel a sideways pull. Objects would not fall straight down, and water would not form level surfaces. Oceans would not stay contained. Rivers would not flow the way they do. Every aspect of our daily world, from the way rain falls to the way our bodies balance, would feel distorted, tilted, unnatural. Yet everywhere on Earth, gravity behaves consistently. Drop a pin in New York, Tokyo, or Cape Town, and it falls vertically, the simplest and most universal confirmation that Earth is not a plane. The flat Earth model fails before the conversation even begins, because it cannot explain the most basic force shaping our lives. Now let's move to something even more accessible, something anyone can witness without a telescope, without equations, and without trusting any authority. Watch a ship sail toward the horizon. The hull disappears first, then the midsection, and finally the mast. This is only possible if the surface is curved. If the ocean were flat, like a gigantic table, the entire ship would appear smaller, but remain fully visible until it became too tiny to resolve. But the world does not behave that way. The curvature of Earth hides the lower parts of distant objects, a phenomenon also visible with skyscrapers, mountain ranges, and even distant coastlines. High-zoom cameras reveal this effect perfectly. The Earth gently swallows the base of objects long before the upper sections fade. This single observation alone is enough to prove Earth's curvature. Yet flat Earth models struggle to explain it without breaking their own logic. The world we experience daily aligns flawlessly with a spherical planet, not a flat one. More than 2,000 years ago, Eratosthenes performed one of the most elegant experiments in the history of science. By comparing the angles of shadows cast by two sticks in two different cities on the same day, he calculated Earth's circumference with astonishing accuracy. No satellites, no airplanes, no cameras in space, just geometry and sunlight. If Earth were flat, the shadows would match perfectly, but they didn't. One stick cast no shadow at all because the sun was directly overhead, while the other produced a measurable angle. This could only happen if Earth's surface curved between the two locations. The brilliance of this experiment lies in its simplicity. Anyone could repeat it today with minimal tools and achieve the same result. The experiment doesn't just disprove flat Earth claims. It shows the power of observation, logic, and mathematical reasoning in uncovering cosmic truths long before technology existed. Fast forward to today, and the evidence is overwhelming. Satellites orbit Earth because they continuously fall around a sphere, not across the top of a disk. GPS systems calculate positions using trigonometry that only works on a globe. Airline routes curve across the oceans not because airlines are hiding something, but because great circle paths are the shortest distance between 2 points on a sphere. Engineers designing satellites, rockets, telescopes, and navigation systems do not secretly use flat Earth physics. They use spherical geometry because it works, consistently, reliably, and measurably. If Earth were flat, the International Space Station couldn't orbit. Lunar missions wouldn't have worked. Solar eclipses wouldn't align with predictions made decades in advance. The GPS on your phone would fail instantly. Modern civilization is built upon the spherical model, and the reason all this technology works flawlessly is because the model is correct. The world bends beneath us, and everything in science aligns with that curvature. If the evidence is so overwhelming, then why do millions still believe Earth is flat? This is where science meets psychology. Flat Earth belief has very little to do with the Earth itself, and everything to do with distrust. People who feel powerless, alienated, or unheard often gravitate toward explanations that promise secret knowledge. Flat Earth communities offer identity, belonging, and the seductive idea of being part of a chosen minority that sees through the lies. The theory offers comfort through simplicity. The universe becomes less intimidating. Everything becomes intentional, controlled, and easy to explain. In a world of uncertainty, fear, and overwhelming scientific complexity, a flat Earth feels easier to understand than a vast cosmic ocean governed by forces beyond human control. This is not a failure of intelligence. It is a response to insecurity, isolation, and the deep human desire to make sense of a chaotic universe. The Flat Earth movement survives not because it's scientifically compelling, but because it fulfills psychological needs. But there is one piece of evidence so powerful, so visual, and so universal that it ends the debate without requiring math, physics, or trust in any institution. During a lunar eclipse, Earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow across the lunar surface. That shadow is always round, not oval, not distorted, not shifting into strange shapes depending on where you stand. A perfect curve every single time. Only one object in the universe produces a consistently round shadow from every angle: a sphere. Even the moon, quietly drifting above us, becomes a canvas on which Earth paints its true form. This celestial moment reveals the shape of our world in a way no conspiracy theory can distort. The universe itself exposes the truth. So, the real question isn't why Earth is not flat. The science behind that has been settled for centuries. The question is why the flat Earth belief endures. And the answer lies at the intersection of fear, identity, and the search for meaning in a world too large, too complex, and too mysterious for easy explanations. But embracing the truth does not make the world less fascinating. In fact, it makes it far more extraordinary. We live on a spinning sphere orbiting a star, drifting through a galaxy filled with billions of suns, surrounded by mysteries we are only beginning to grasp. The universe is not small, simple, or comforting. It is vast, ancient, and beautiful. If you want to continue exploring these cosmic mysteries through real science, through curiosity, through wonder, then like this video, leave a comment with the next topic you want uncovered, and subscribe to Deep Space Explained. The cosmos is waiting, and our journey has only just begun.